Hey everyone, welcome to DamageXcaling YouTube channel. I'm your host, my name is Eddie Wang, and today we are going to talk about Jin's hit. Yes, the hit mechanic, which we have seen on Twitter. Book says that Tekken 7 Jin is greater than Tekken 8 Jin, which I disagree. And there is also Daniel Mado, which says that Jin is not made for this game. I disagree as well, but it's a perspective thing. Everyone sees the game differently. I overall think this Jin is great, but there is indeed some issues. Not that is much of a big deal, but there are some issues with this Jin, and I don't think it's anything related to his neutral, to his Okizeme, to his damage. I think overall this kit is great. According to Daniel Mado, Jin doesn't have nothing broken in the game, and so far I have seen maybe 4 characters that are way too strong in this game, too broken and too dishonest for their own good. They need to be toned down, and they were easy to spot. Number 1, Jun Kazama, insane character, 10 frames that does insane damage, something to be toned down. She also has this ship mechanic, right? And while she is losing damage with recoverable health, if she lands a hit engager and lands a hit smash, she recovers quite a lot of health. It's crazy. And then there is like Victor being a character with blades in both hands. Some of his lows you cannot low parry. He has like easily very strong strings, very good buttons that you press one and you do a lot of damage. You press one string, you do a lot of damage. He also launches characters with 442, which is -16, crashes highs, and reminds me a lot of Ayashi's 442 in Tekken 7. Really strong. He also has a lot of range. He teleports and has a gun that fires bullet and transition into a stance that he can cancel. And as I said in the beginning, Victor needs bullets, and that's exactly why I said he needs bullets. That gun is a problem. And then there is Azucena, which is pretty much just an autopilot character. She just presses buttons and does what she please, especially while running is in play. And then there is some of the strings that you cannot duck either. Kinda sucks, but it's true. So I think after this 3 there is Jack. Jack is also a character that is out there doing menaces into others, and is very complicated to play against. So these are top 4 characters that I think are very problematic in the game so far. Everyone else is fair game. People are saying Reina as well, but Reina is very difficult to use and you need to be really optimal with her, so I don't think they are on the same level of stupidity that we have seen from characters like Azucena, which is pretty much a character that you can turn off your brain and play easily. And Jin, while I don't think he is worse than Tekken 7, not in the slightest, this Jin is great. His neutral is great, his Okizeme is great, he has insane lows. This is an amazing low, by the way, despite what people say. His hit mechanic is what sucks. So there is a good part of it and there is also a bad part. So let's start with the good first. I'm going to set this to backdash first to show you guys an idea. So when Jin does this is an amazing hit engager. This is also, and also these are all insane hit engagers. This can be done on reflection. This also can be done on reaction. This one you can just throw it blindly when someone whiffs something on screen. And then there is this one in particular and this one. These two are going to cover later, but let's start with this one. This, as is the easiest hit engager to hit in the game, it is understandable that you trying to go into Omen from this, it kinda doesn't have range. This one I also agree that doesn't have range, so it kinda sucks, right? And there is also this one. When you're trying to enter Omen, you don't get range from these 3 hit engagers that are very easy to hit. And then there is this one. This one allows you to connect Omen Stance, and there is Zen 2 or CDS 2 that also allows you to connect hit engage. The problem is that even if those two moves allow you to connect hit engager, the problem is what happens after, and is what I'm going to cover right here. So first of all, when you land this move and you do a hit, you guys see I'm going to pause and just take a look at the health of the hit mechanic on its own. It spends 30% of it. It kinda sucks. That is the main problem of Jin's hit. Just take a look at this. It's all gone. And this move has no range. So this, I think it's a very bad concept for this character. And he's better off really just relying on his own hit smash to do stuff. He is only really good at relying on his hit smash to do insane damage. His Omen stuff that is specific for his hit sucks. And even when you land stuff like, let's say you land a down forward 4, right, which allows you for sure to connect hit, the health sweep can be backdashed from. Sucks. Again, why is it that this move overall, why is it that this move has pushback when it's blocked? Why? Like, why this has a pushback? This is stupid as hell. Why this has a pushback? Why this has a pushback this big? And it telegraphs a lot. It goes into a breaking step with Omen, right? And these moves are all telegraphable. Even if delayable, they are very telegraphable. There is this one can be sidestepped to the left, and even if they duck, there is no threat of this as much as the only threat is really the health sweep, and that is easily blockable because it telegraphs when it's about to enter this breaking step and doesn't go as further. If there is one breaking step of Jin that goes further, it's this one. This go further than his Omen. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. So that are the main reasons why Jin's hit sucks, on top of consuming a lot of meter and having zero range. So I'm okay with this having no range at all. What I'm really not okay with is how little this travels. To start, for starters, you are not able to wave dash from this, which also sucks. And one of the changes that I think it would make this Jin great, even if they don't make him wave dash from this, is every single time he whips the Omen, he gets to cook it, right? To store it. Let's say if you guys never played Tekken 5 before, when Jin does a power stance and you hold the 1+2 button, right, the button you did the power stance with, and you do down, up, back, forward, Jin can cook the Omen and he's going to taunt, right? He does something like this and he cooks it, right? What you do is when you do this back, up, back, down, up, back, forward is the command, is down, up, back, forward, and at the end of the command Jin cooks it, and when he cooks it, now he moves freely. He moves freely, but he still has Omen activated, so when he does electrics, he gets the Omen versions of it. So I think this is how the power stance should be. So when Jin cooks it, right, he gets to do this breaking step manually, and he can do this as long as he has hit. Jesus Christ, who is it then? So as I was saying, when Jin gets to cook the Omen, right, he gets to move freely as long as he has hit. He gets to use the Omen moves that he already cooked. He can still do it, but this can stay as it is, but he should be able to cook the whip version in order to store it. So when he stores it, he should be able to gain like the God Fist version, the Hell Sweep version, the Thunder God Fist version, and he will be able to do this with manually, right? And do this with common with common commands. Like you could do this manually instead of telegraphing it into this. This sucks. This is really just an afterthought, and it's one of the reasons why I think Jin Omen is really not so great at all. It's really not really well thought out, and I will go even far and do the following. You know, like there is some moves of Jin that even Jin players don't like it, right? Like this one. This move is too stupid. This move is too stupid. This is too stupid, and I would easily replace this one with the Zen 1+2 from Tekken 7, and this one, the Zen up 1, would only be available in hit. This down 2 would only be available in hit, and this move is insane. By the way, this move is insane. He can keep it, but I know the dive kick, right? The dive kick would also a move that I will only unlock in hit. That is how I would do it with Jin. So these moves, it would unlock only in hit. This one, this move is too strong, by the way. This is too strong, and this and this. These are all his devil moves, right? So when he is in hit, is when this move should be available. This and this should be only available through that. But when he omens, right, he cooks it and it whips, then it would gain like laser cannon from the story mode. Would be great. It would gain the God Fist, the Electric Wind God Fist, Thunder God Fist, all blue sparkets, of course, and the L sweep, right, instead of the LLRK. Yeah, that would make quite a lot more sense than what we got right now, because this is the worst hit mechanic in the game. Easily the worst. It's a 50-50 mix-up, of course, but his hit smash already does that. Of course, that is far worse, but it does that. And the threat of the hit smash is much greater than having this, right? Because you cannot cancel this into anything else other than just, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go for the God Fist, or I'm going to go for the Hell Sweep. The Thunder God Fist is also reactable because it's slow as hell. It's really slow as hell, and this one can be ducked on reaction as well, because it telegraphs from the power stance. The moment Jin does a power stance, you can sidestep left and duck if you see the Hell Sweep, or keep standing if you see the Thunder God Fist, which is much slower. It only becomes harder to block if he lets it play out, right? And then he can do a wall stand into, which, as you guys are seeing, Reina can backdash as well, because the pushback of this is insane. Why it pushes so far away, I don't know who designed that, but this needs to change. So this is it overall. I think this is what would make Jin interesting again, but it is not. This is what we got, and not that I hate the character, I do love it. I just really don't like this specific part of the hit system of Jin, is that I don't like. Everything else is like any other Mishima. You are in hit, the crouch dash into hook fist is an electric on its own, and it's what makes it like this. This spends meager, but this becomes a far more great threat overall, right, in the game. So this is it. Hope you guys enjoy it. See you guys on the next one.